Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are just connected to signing a Pro Bowler. There's a couple questions with this that we're going to cover in this video. Is this a potentially good signing? Is this a player that still has plenty left in the tank? And also, is Aaron Rodgers now recruiting players like he has in the past, like with the Jets? Is that something that the Steelers are going to allow him to do? All of this in this video. And also, the Steelers are looking for wide receivers still, I believe. There's been some injuries that are really limiting the options that actually might be contributing to this as well, plus some Cam Heyward news. So I'm going to get to all this. First, I think we're looking that the Steelers could still add another wide receiver before the start of the regular season, and it kind of looks like Aaron Rodgers has his eyes on one particular player. So while appearing on the Club Random podcast, that's Bill Maher's podcast, free agent wide receiver, multiple Pro Bowler, Odell Beckham Jr., he said that he's had some conversations with Rodgers about joining the Pittsburgh Steelers. I love him. We've had conversations. This is straight from Beckham. I won't say that it's not a possibility, and I won't say that I haven't had any communication. So take with that what you will. There's some interesting veterans that are still available out on the free agent market. Teams are really close to cutting their rosters down to 53, but one of the most interesting names on the market has got to still be Odell Beckham Jr. He was a standout, as you know, with the New York Giants and the Browns. Won a Super Bowl with the Rams, but talking on Club Random with Bill Maher, he had a few other things to say. I won't say that's not a possibility joining the Steelers. I won't say that I haven't had any communication. I love Mike Tomlin. I was actually supposed to be drafted to the Steelers. That was a meeting that I had where I was like, I think I'm going to the Steelers. But the Giants ended up taking me at 12. Steelers had, I think, maybe the 16th pick. I think they took Ryan Shazier. And just kind of some revealing things in this conversation. And talking about conversations with the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. The wide receiver, I'll give it to him here. He didn't sound too optimistic that anything was going to happen, but he did not shut down the idea of wearing the black and gold in this upcoming season. You guys take this for what it is. This is kind of like a side story here for this video, but we're kind of looking at, hey, at least we're talking that there was a conversation. So this kind of pairs up with how the Steelers, with some injuries happening on this roster, and game number 2 in the preseason coming right up, there's been some wide receiver injuries around the league that are kind of really severely limiting the player pool that the Steelers will have to look through if they are still going to add another wide receiver. If there's another injury, you've got Calvin Austin off injured. The coach does say that he's going to come back soon, but these abdominal injuries can be difficult. There's really not a specific timeline on when he's going to be back to full speed. So that kind of puts the Steelers in a weird situation, and maybe the perspective is starting to shift towards still signing another wide receiver. But making matters worse with that, the dwindling options available on the trade market, they just got less. And this is going to make finding a suitable number 2, if the Steelers absolutely have to, it's going to make it way more tougher. So you're looking at one potentially guy that would be connected to Aaron Rodgers as far as their pass. This is probably the most intelligent thing to do when looking for wide receivers at this point in the offseason. Romeo Doubs, or is it Dobbs, of the Green Bay Packers, Allen Lazard of the New York Jets. These are 2 guys that are being connected as potentially guys to join the team to help out Aaron Rodgers. Both of these guys just exited practice. Romeo, he suffered an apparent back injury when he was trying to catch a pass. Practice was actually stopped briefly as training staff attended to him. And then Lazard, he's dealing with a shoulder injury. And that's what Coach Aaron Glenn stated. It's going to keep him out for at least 2 weeks. So that's kind of, if the Steelers are desperate, these are 2 more receivers that have been taken off the docket as possible matches. Lazard's injury, right? It really throws cold water on the thought that maybe he would still join the Steelers to be reunited with Aaron Rodgers. They played together in Green Bay. They played together with the New York Jets. He's consistently been a good player with Aaron Rodgers. They have a really good connection, but now I don't think that reunion is going to occur with this 2-week injury. And kind of looking through these players that are still left, you're looking at the second best player at the wide receiver position as far as his performance in preseason has been Scotty Miller, looking for number 2 to solidly be up against DK Metcalf on the other side. But is he really a legit threat to be the number 2 going into the season? Is Scotty Miller really the legit number 2? Is that even a possibility? I say it's absolutely not. You've got Calvin Austin III. He's expected to be the second wide receiver in week 1. He's missed over a week of practices, an ab injury that I talked about. And man, my breakout player starting this year, Roman Wilson, he just hasn't really done what he needs to do to really solidify himself as the breakout candidate that I thought he would be. He's popped a little bit with a couple plays in practice. He had a nice catch during that preseason game. But right now he's looking like a depth player. So do the Steelers have to look outside of the organization? I mean, you guys let me know in the comments. Metcalf has been added. Jalen Ramsey, like Jonnu Smith. They have made so many moves in free agency. Now, speaking of new contracts, let's talk about where we're at with Cam Heyward. And Adam Schefter, he just revealed that there's actually been no movement. Neither side has budged between Cam Heyward and the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, an absolute stalemate. And as you guys know, Heyward, he said that he's actually willing to miss games in the 2025 season if that's what it takes to get his contract modified to his liking. And he just spoke to the media at St. Vincent College on Monday for the first time since his holding was reported. He took a really team-friendly contract last year, but now the market's reset, right? He got his 4th All-Pro nod at 35 last year. He said he approached the Steelers back in February about adjusting his contract. So let's hear straight from him. I'm looking for my contract to be addressed. Honestly, I'm looking to be valued. I know what I bring to this team, what I'm capable of on and off the field. It's hard for me after the year I had to really justify playing at the number that I played at. And he signed a 2-year, $29 million contract extension, paid him $14 roughly. It's going to pay him $14 the following year. But man, he's not even the top 10 at his position. And he absolutely balled out last year. So I can't really think of a reason why he shouldn't be paid. I'm going to usually be on the player side. You guys let me know as far as what you think should be done with Cam Heyward's contract. It's all over with the Odell Beckham stuff. I honestly don't think it's a great signing, but it is a possibility if he has any gas left in the tank at all. You guys let me know, and let's get Cam Heyward signed. I don't think he's going to budge. So let's get this whole team on the field for you guys as the regular season is quickly approaching. I'm going to continue to be here on a daily basis with Pittsburgh Steelers news on the daily from an outsider's view. You guys stick around, and if you haven't, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. It is a huge blessing to me and my family. We'll talk soon.